as I watch TV and see what's happening in all parts of the world, and especially in East Asia, etc., I have to say that the leaders of the countries in the world have not been able to solve the problems that the world is facing. Maybe the time has come, and this is the challenge I'd like to hand you, that you as the leader, as the Pope of the Coptic family throughout the world, that maybe we should get together the leaders of all the faiths in the world and see if they can solve the problems that the world is facing. The heads of the countries have not been able to do it. In fact, I think they've caused more problems than they've solved. So we hope that you will take up that challenge and see if we can. It is so sad to see innocent children and innocent residents of different parts of the world not safe in any way as they go about their daily lives. And so, come back often to inspire us, because I'll tell you today, with the challenges that we're all facing, it is so important that we have a leader such as His Holiness come and give us a message that will give us some hope for the future of Canada and the rest of the world. So, Your Holiness, welcome to Mississauga, welcome back again. And I'd like to present a little souvenir that I'd like you to take back to Egypt and display it to show your people in Egypt that we love you here, the Coptic people, as they love you back in Egypt.
Next, I would like to introduce the Honourable Mr. Bob Deckert, Minister of Parliament, who would like to say a few words from the Prime Minister's office. Bob is the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada. Mr. Bob Deckert.
Your Holiness, Your Grace, Reverend Fathers, friends, it's a great honor for me to be here with my colleague Brad Butt, Member of Parliament for Mississauga, Streetsville, to welcome formally you again to Canada, to Mississauga. Your presence here is so important to all the people of Canada. And on behalf of Prime Minister Harper and the Government of Canada, I want to say that you demonstrate a great many important values for us. You demonstrate and represent for us the value of faith in God and family and community. You represent for us the very significant and substantial importance, fundamental importance, I would say, of religious freedom here in Egypt and around the world. And Holiness, I think you know, the Government of Canada will always stand with the Coptic people of Egypt and around the world to ensure everything that we can do to ensure their religious freedom. I had the great honor to attend your enthronement just a little under 2 years ago at the beautiful and ancient cathedral in Cairo. And you were extremely generous and kind to myself, to my colleague, the Honourable Jason Kenney. After a long day, ladies and gentlemen, as you can understand, I think a culmination of a week or more of special ceremonies in your enthronement, and after several hours at the cathedral, you were kind enough to invite us to your residence where we had a private meeting with you, and I learned a number of more things about you there. I learned that you're a person of great action. You knew about the people, your parishioners here in Canada. You knew about the churches, and you knew that we needed a bishop. And you said to us, I will look into that. And within a few months, God bless you, we had a bishop here in Canada, and we're so very proud of Bishop Mina. And I saw that same generosity of spirit this morning when I witnessed you baptizing and christening those beautiful children at the church here in Mississauga, those children who will grow up to be great Canadian citizens and believers in this wonderful faith. And we thank you for that, and for the demonstration of kindness and generosity and really Christian values that we saw there this morning. So, having said that, and I know that you're enjoying your dinner, I want to bring to you the greetings on behalf of Prime Minister Harper, and I'll read it. It says, I am pleased to extend my warmest greetings to everyone celebrating the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the Coptic Orthodox Church in North America. This special milestone offers a wonderful opportunity to reflect upon the history of your church and the events that have shaped its history and legacy in Canada. The church began in 1964 with the ordination of Father Marcos A. Marcos, and Father Marcos is here with us this evening, and God bless you, Father Marcos. Since that time, the church has flourished, and today there are more than 50 Coptic Orthodox parishes in Canada ministering to the faithful. To commemorate your church's Golden Jubilee, you have been blessed with a visit from His Holiness Pope Tواضروس II, the 118th Pope of Alexandria and the Patriarch of the See of St. Mark. Over the course of the visit of His Holiness, I am certain you will cherish the chance to reaffirm your deeply held spiritual beliefs and rejoice in your communion of bonds and faith and heritage. On behalf of the Government of Canada, I offer my best wishes for a memorable anniversary and visit. Signed, the Right Honourable Stephen Harper, Prime Minister of Canada. Father, Your Holiness, we thank you for the Coptic Orthodox people who have come to Canada. They have made huge contributions and continue to make huge contributions to our country. And as I said earlier, the government of this country will always stand with the people of the Coptic Orthodox Church in Egypt.
Mr. Malika was quoted in an interview saying, let's learn how to respect and accept each other, even with our differences, because what we care about more than anything is our nation and its future. His Excellency, Mr. Amin Malika.
Your Holiness, Pope Tواضروس II, Excellencies, honorable members of Parliament, honorable mayors, and if I say honorable mayors, I have to say a special thanks to the mayor of Mississauga, because the Egyptian community, whenever I meet members of the community now, and since they've learned that this is, for a few years, this is your last term, they're in quite a state. And they tell me, we don't know what the future will bring to Mississauga, and she's gone. But it only speaks volumes to the commitment and to the love of the community for your good self. And it's just an opportunity for me to say thank you for being the person that you are to our beloved community here in Mississauga. I'm delighted to be here, and I want to thank those who have made it possible for me to attend this august event, and especially His Grace Bishop Mina, and of course my very dear friend and my mentor is Abuna Ingilis Saad of the Church of St. Mary and St. Athanasius. It's a special relationship that I have with this church because, as you know, I've been ordained deacon in this church about a year ago, and this gave me an opportunity, a unique opportunity, to stand this morning in church and as a Consul General of Egypt at the same time, for the first time in anyone's career in Montreal, and it was such a true blessing. I just want to go back, of course, to the main reason we are here, and this is the presence of His Holiness Pope Tواضروس II. I've been, like every one of you, touched by the way His Holiness has reached to everyone in the community. I've been here for just 2 days. This is my second day, but I've seen him already reach out to thousands of people from the community. And the message that spoke to me was very simple, that what he was trying to actually convey, both simple and very deep, that everyone counts and that no one is less significant. And this is, I think, so important. عايز اقول ان انا طبعا سعيد جدا وان انا امثل القنصليه اليوم في بميسيساجا. وعايز اقول يا سيدنا ان انا سمعت في عظاتكم اليوم تحدثتم عن اهميه التحلي بالحكمه ودور الحكمه في حياه الانسان وفي بداية تخطيط كل سنة جديدة. وبالمناسبة كل سنة وانتم طيبين بمناسبة عيد النوروز. والحكمة سيدنا هي أمر فعلا ظهر جليا في أثناء فترة صعبة جدا مرت فيها مصرنا الحبيبة في السنتين اللي فاتوا، ورأينا الأسلوب الحكمة الذي تحلى بها سيدنا في مواجهة مصاعب كثيرة. واعتقد ان الشعب المصري كله تأثر جدا عندما ذكر سيدنا لما في اثناء حرق كنائس وقال ان كل كنائس مصر هي فداء لمصر وهي قربانا لها. واعتقد يا سيدنا انه جميع المصريين احبوا قداستك كثيرا، المسلمين والمسيحيين، لانهم رأوا فيك رمزا حقيقيا لكل مصر، لمصر بما نعرفها عنها من محبة، وانه ازاي سيدنا استطاع انه هو بهذه الحكمة التي تحدث عنها صباح اليوم انه هو فعلا في مرحلة كان البعض يريد انه هو يضرب الوحدة الوطنية في مصر ويؤذي الجميع، انه هو تصدى لها بهذا الاسلوب. فتبين لنا انها ليست فقط حكمة انسانية ولكن هي حكمة مباركة، حكمة بركة بها الله قداسته. واحنا نشكر الرب من أجل حضورك سيدنا في كندا، وأن نصلي من أجلك وتكون دائما في أتم صحة، وأن تستمر في خدماتك الجليلة من أجل جميع الجاليات في كل مكان في مصر أو في خارجها. I just want to say at the end that I'm very thankful. I'm sorry I took a little bit more time, but I'm gonna just take a second. هعمل اعلان صغير علشان خاطر في ناس كتير في الفترة اللي انا فيها هنا بتسألني عن خدمات قنصلية مختلفة، فانا عايز اقول بس ان انا هبعت ان شاء الله في شهر اكتوبر مهمة قنصلية من بعض الافراد، وهعلن من خلال الكنائس المختلفة هنا عنها والجمعيات علشان يلبوا رغباتكم في سواء في اي طلبات انتم محتاجينها او اسئلة او استفسارات محتاجين رد سريع عليها، وهبلغ ان شاء الله في اكتوبر قريبا. Once again, thank you so much for having me, and I hope to see you again, Your Holiness, very soon again in Mississauga. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to introduce our honorable guest, Her Worship Mayor Susan Fennell, the mayor of the city of Brampton, who would like to say a few words.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Your Holiness, Your Grace, ladies and gentlemen, all the devotees that are here, I am extremely honored to represent the great city of Brampton and some 600,000 people in one of the newest churches in the Coptic community here in Canada. It was a distinct honor to have the church ordained by His Holiness Thursday morning at a spectacular, very reverent service where I know all of the Brampton people
love to see you and love to hear your message of peace. I brought you a small gift as a memento from the city of Brampton, and we hope you will come back. I appreciated the very beautiful wood carving gift that you presented me on Thursday morning, and I would like to bring to you a gift from the city of Brampton to remember Canada's Flower City, a city that has deep faith, a city where you can live, work, play, and pray in peace. Brampton, Canada.
Thank you so much, Mayor. So we would like to just welcome the other dignitaries that are present with us here this evening. So we have Mr. Parm Gill, who is MP Brampton Springdale, representing the Conservative Party and on the Standing Committee on Veterans Affairs. Also the Honorable MP for Mississauga Arundel, we have Mr. Bob Deckard, who we have heard. The Honorable MP for Mississauga Streetsville, Mr. Brad Butt. The Honorable MP for Scarborough Pickering East, Mr. Cornelio Chizu. Also with us this evening is the Honorable MP, Mr. Kyle Seaback, Brampton West, representing the Conservative Party and on Standing Committee on Justice and Human Rights. Mr. Bob Delaney, MPP for Mississauga Streetsville. Mr. Vic Dillon, MPP Brampton West, representing the Liberal Party and Assistant Minister on Aboriginal Affairs. We have several city councillors here representing Ward 5, City of Mississauga, and the mayoral candidate for Mississauga, Mrs. Bonnie Crombie. Mr. Ron Starr is a city councillor of Ward 6, City of Mississauga. Mr. Paul Palisci, Brampton Regional Councillor. Mr. John Hutton, Brampton City Councillor. Mr. Steve Mahoney, mayoral candidate for the City of Mississauga. Mr. Sharif El Sabari, running as a candidate for the Liberal Party for Mississauga West. Mr. Tim Iqbal, running as a candidate for the PC Party for Mississauga Centre. Mr. Harry Delawal, running as a candidate for the PC Party for Mississauga Centre. Mrs. Ghada Melik, running for councillor for Ward 6, City of Mississauga. The Reverend Dr. Richard Fee, the General Secretary of the Presbyterian Church in Canada. The Reverend Dr. Willard Mitzer, the Executive Director of the Mennonite Church of Canada. Professor Stanley Porter, President and Dean, McMaster Divinity College, Professor of New Testament, and his wife, Mrs. Wendy Porter. Dr. Phil Zilla, Academic Dean and Associate Professor of Pastoral Theology at McMaster Divinity College. Mrs. Nina Thomas, Registrar, Director of Admission and Marketing, McMaster Divinity College. And last but not least, we have the very Reverend Proto-Priest, Peter Avgeropoulos, representing the Greek Orthodox Church. So as you begin to enjoy your dinner, I would just like to give you a prelude of some of the things to anticipate for this evening. So immediately following dinner, we would like to draw your attention to the screens. There has been an excellent film, documentary, prepared for His Holiness, and it's going to need your undivided attention after dinner. You know, sometimes after dinner we get tired and we like to close our eyes, but I ask you to pay attention to this movie. It's excellent. Immediately following the movie, we will have some words from our beloved Father, Abuna Angelos, and then we will have a live musical performance, and then we will hear some words of wisdom from His Holiness Pope Tواضروس II.
Get up, he said, take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod. And so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, out of Egypt I called my son.
Among the places visited by the Holy Family during their stay in Egypt is the Zaytun region in Cairo, where the Holy Virgin Mary came back to revisit through a series of miraculous apparitions, starting in April 1968. The Coptic Church is one of the oldest churches in the world. It received its faith and teachings directly from Saint Mark the Apostle. The Church of Alexandria is one of the original 5 major episcopal sees: Jerusalem, Alexandria, Antioch, Constantinople, and Rome. The Catechetical School of Alexandria was founded by Saint Mark in the 1st century. It preserved and flourished the Christian faith through the work of many of its notable theologians, like Athenagoras, Dionysius, Albigen, and Saint Clement of Alexandria. Also, the Coptic Church had the lead role in the early ecumenical councils, rejecting the heresies and keeping the pure Christian faith, as received from the apostles. Through the hard work and determination of early Coptic popes, like Saint Athanasius, Saint Timothy, Saint Dioscorus, and Saint Cyril the Great, Christian monasticism was born in Egypt, and was instrumental in the formation of the Coptic Orthodox Church character of submission, simplicity, and humbleness. Based on the teachings and writings of the great fathers of Egypt's deserts, Saint Anthony the Great, Saint Paul the Hermit, Saint Macarius the Great, Saint Pachomius the Cenobite, and Saint Shenouda the Archimandrite. The Coptic Church continues to offer many valuable contributions to Christianity throughout the centuries, working hard to preserve the Orthodox faith and keep church unity. Since the time of first Pope of Alexandria, St. Mark the Apostle, to the time of the current Pope, Tواضروس II. In modern times, several waves of Coptic immigration took place since the middle of last century. Copts immigrated to all other continents and started establishing new life there. In 1964, in response to the first wave of Coptic immigration, Tواضروس VI ordained Father Marcos as the first priest to cater for the Copts in North America. He established the first church in Toronto, Canada, in the name of St. Mark's Coptic Orthodox Church. The city of Bemísísaga, as Canada's sixth largest city, and one of the best places to live and work in Canada. It was only natural for Copts to start moving to Bemísísaga. In the late 70s, religious services were held in rented school gymnasium, but efforts to find a permanent place of worship started diligently. In October 1982, Father Athanasius Suskander led the congregation to purchase a 4-acre parcel of land in central Bemísísaga to build a new church. In June 1986, the first Divine Liturgy was held in the new church building. In September 1989, Father Angelo started his exceptional and outstanding service in the Church of St. Mary and St. Athanasius in Bemísísaga.
الكنيسة اللي بدت سنة 74 بمجموعة بسيطة من العائلات كانوا بيعملوا زي درس كتاب في بيت من البيوت بتاعتهم، وفي زيارة من زيارات أبونا بشوي كامل للمنطقة هنا قابلهم فقالوا له عايزين نعمل جمعية. فقال لهم لا، جمعية ايه؟ احنا ما عندناش جمعيات، احنا نعمل كنيسة على طول. وبدت فكرة كنيسة في بميسيساجا في الوقت اللي كانت بميسيساجا فيها 4-5 عائلات، ما كانش أكتر من كده، وكانوا طبعا بيضطروا يعني يمشوا مشوار طويل عشان يوصلوا كنيسة ما يمر. في بداية الثمانينات اشتروا جزء من المكان اللي احنا فيه حاليا، والجزء ده كان عبارة عن مدرسة للمعوقين، والمدرسة دي كانت على 3 فدادين و3/4 فدان تقريبا. والمدرسة دي استخدمت جزء منها كنيسة، وجزء منها سور مدارس أحد، وجزء منها قاعة أغابي، لأن طبعا العدد كان بسيط. كانت الكنيسة عليها $1,000,000، وكانت الكنيسة ما بتقدرش تسدد الانترست بتاع الكنيسة من الدونيشنز كل شهر. كان وقتها الانترست بين 16 و 17 و 18%، فكان very high interest. فكانت الكنيسة مطلوب منها حوالي $15,000 كل شهر just interest. الحقيقة أنا دخلت معايا البابا كيولوس في الموضوع ده واتفقت معاه إن احنا نسدد اللون في 9 مارس سنة 1990. بديت نعمل اجتماعات صغيرة للشعب، وقلت لهم يا جماعة أنا عندي $1,000,000، عايز كل واحد في الشعب يدي، كل عيلة تديني $5,000. لو كل عيلة عطتني $5,000 يبقى أنا لميت $1,000,000. والحقيقة في عيد البابا كيولوس كنا بنعمة ربنا وصلنا الحكاية ديت، وجبنا الورق بتاع اللون وحرقناه في الكنيسة وصلينا وعملنا تمجيد كبير قوي. كانت فرحة كبيرة جدا في الكنيسة، وربنا اشتغل وبنينا المبنى ده. في وقتها كان أكبر 10 مشروعات معروضة على مستوى أونتاريو، وده جاء في الكوميرشال نيوز بيبر اللي بتنشر المشروعات اللي موجودة في البلد. وربنا اتمجد والمشروع مشي، وبقى كل شوية نشوف معجزات ونشوف حاجات جميلة بتحصل، وربنا بيتمجد. واتنقلت الكنيسة من انها كانت حوالي 15,000 سكوير فوت، ونعمة ربنا اللي بتشتغل في العمل ده هو مش عمل إنسان أبدا، لأن لولا إيد ربنا وعمل ربنا ما كانش ممكن أي حاجة من الحاجات دي تحصل. يعني برضو من الحاجات الحلوة اللي نحب نحكي لكم عليها الوادي. أنا في يوم من الأيام من أول ما جيت خالص رحنا عملنا خلوة في المبنى بتاع الوادي، وبعدين واحنا بالليل بنعمل التسبيحة لقينا في الساعة 11 كده وطالعين علينا رهبان من كل ناحية المبنى وعينيهم حمراء وصاحيين من النوم وبيتخانقوا معانا، ايه اللي بتعملوه؟ بتزحقوا ليه وبتصلوا كده عليه؟ ما تروحوا تناموا. فطلعت من المكان وقفنا تحت عمود نور وكملنا التسبيح. قلت له يا سلام يا ربي، فيش بعيد عليك انك انت تدي لنا مكان زي كده في يوم من الايام. وبعدين في يوم جاء على بالي ان انا نبعت ايميل للاسقف بتاع اللي مسؤول عن الوادي. فبعت له ايميل قلت له الكنيسه القبطيه انترستد انها تشتري دير من الاديره، لو الدير ده بيتباع او اي دير عندكم يا ريت نحب ان احنا نشتري. وبعدين نجوشيت لغايه ما اشترينا الوادي 308 فدان ومباني زي ما احنا كلنا عارفين، الالالي والحاجات ديت، وبعدين نشتغل فيه وربنا اتمجد. وكان نفسي ان احنا نسميه حاجه لها علاقه بالوادي عشان نبقى وادي النطرون زي وادي النطرون عندنا، وحاجه تستنى اسم الست العذراء عليه، عشان كده سميته وادي والده الاله. بعد كده بديت نفكر في المنطقه المحيطه بكنيسه بميسيساجا، ايه المستقبل بتاعها وايه فبديت نفكر في الحته النورث بتاعتها، وهي المنطقة اللي هي فيها كنيسة بسفين دلوقتي. الحقيقة دخلت في حاجات كتيرة في المنطقة بتاعت بسفين وما قدرتش، ما وفقتش في حاجة، لغاية ما في يوم من الأيام واحد قال لي إن كنديان تاير بيبيع الستورز بتاعه، وفي ستور موجود في حتة فلانية بيتباع. فقلت له طب ايه الطريقة؟ قال لي تروح للمين اوفيس بتاع كنديان تاير وتتكلم معاه. رحت للاوفيس بتاع كنديان تاير وطلبت الراجل اللي مسؤول عن الريال استيت وقابلته وقعدت معاه وقلت له انا جاي عشان اقدم اوفر على المكان الفلاني. قال لي بس انا لسه ما نزلتوش في السوق. قلت له ما عشان كده انا جاي لك، لان لو كان نزل في السوق ما كنتش هطول، عشان كده انا جاي لك النهارده نقدم اوفر. طبعا من الحاجات اللي الواحد نفسه يعني يكون موجود هو السينيور هومز والحاجات دي، لان طبعا كلنا بنكبر والاحتياج موجود للسينيور هومز، والحالة بنحاول وربنا يتمجد ان شاء الله، واللي عمل قبل كده هيعمل ان شاء الله تاني. برضه من الحاجات اللي انا كنت كلمت المتنيح البابا شنودة عليها، وكلمت صاحب الغبطة البابا تواضروس الثاني عليها، والاثنين موافقوا اننا نعمل دير للرهبان ودير للراهبات هنا في المنطقة. والحقيقة لما جه نيافة الأنبا مينا مرتاح للفكر دهوت، وبنحاول نلاقي أماكن للحكاية ديت، واثقين إن ربنا هيتمجد في حاجات كتير ربنا هيفتحها، بالذات للميشن هنا في كندا وفي الحتت ديت. والحقيقة الميشن مع مسؤولية كل الكنائس علشان تفتح أبوابها للناس اللي حوالينا، ونقدر إن احنا نجذب ناس، ونقدر ان احنا نوصل ليهم المسيح ونوصلهم للمسيح. الحقيقه علاقتنا بالميور، علاقتنا بالسيتي علاقه طيبه جدا، وانا عايز نقول من اهم الحاجات اللي كانت لها اثر كبير جدا في علاقتنا بالسيتي كان البابا شنودة، المتنيح البابا شنودة. والحقيقه يعني انا عايز نقول ان احنا بنعمه ربنا كان لنا علاقات مع كل المسؤولين لغايه البرايم مينستر، ويمكن كلكم عارفين البرايم مينستر زي الكنيسه هنا مرتين. والحقيقه تعاون الحكومه الكنديه معانا في حاجات كتيره، بالذات الظروف اللي كانت مصر بتمر بيها كان حاجه مشهود ليها، وكانوا very supportive للكنيسة وللشعب المصري أو الشعب المصري، سواء على مستوى هنا في كندا أو على مستوى الأقباط في مصر. فكان لهم مواقف جميلة ومشرفة، وكانوا لهم دور كبير جدا في كل الضيقات اللي مرت بيها في الكنيسة. ربنا عمل كتير خالص معانا، وصعب اننا نحصر او نتكلم عن كل حاجة اتعملت، لان كل حاجة كان فيها معجزات مش معجزة واحدة، ولولا بركة ربنا ما كانش في حاجة من دول تتعمل.
ندعوك يا أنبا مينا أسقف على المدينة المحبة للمسيح نائب أرشيد بميسيساجا وفانكوفر بغرب كندا وما لها من المدن والقرى خنبران مبيوت نمشير بابنوما سواب ونوت فزمارو كنجيب نوت بيوت بيوم تكراتور أمين. تزمارو تنجب كورغانيس شيريسوس بخريستوس بن شوي سامين تزمارو تنجب نظمة سواد انبارك لي
العشاء بتاعتنا فيه حوالي 24 كنيسة، 15 في الإيست و9 في الويست. عندنا حوالي 27 من أباء الكهنة. كل أبائنا أباء كهنة حلوين جدا، كلهم من النوع الفاضل الروحاني. ربنا يبارك فيهم كلهم ويديم المحبة وسط كل أولاده الكهنة والشعب. نفسي أيضا أن يكون عدد الكنائس يزيد شوية عندنا، لأن في مناطق ما فيهاش كنائس، وفي ناس كثيرة بتكلمني أنهم عايشين في حتت فيها عدد عائلات قليل صحيح، لكن محتاجين خدمة، مش ممكن طبعا هنسيبهم. فصحيح الخدمة نامت وابتدت، كانت كنيسة واحدة في كندا كلها بتخدم كندا كلها. دلوقتي أصبح عندنا 50 كنيسة، لكن برضو 50 مش مقضيين. احنا بنعمل مثلا لقاء مع الآباء وبنعمل كونفنشن واحد في السنة. برضه نفسي يكون في أكثر من كونفنشن بالنسبة للآباء الكهنة. بنعمل ريفريشمنت للمعلومات بتاعتهم وبيزيد المحبة والود ما بين الآباء. برضه نفسي يكون في لقاء لزوجات الآباء الكهنة التصنيعات برضه بحيث أتعرف عليهم أكتر وأقرب منهم أكتر. وفي بعض المناطق فيها كنايس بس ما فيش كهنة، فبرضه محتاج إن احنا نجيب كهنة لهذه المناطق اللي فيها كنيسة بس ما فيهاش كاهن. احنا محتاجين كهنة كتير بس يكونوا من المولودين هنا، وربنا إن شاء الله بنصلي وبنطلب إن هو يرسل فعلا إلى حصاده، وربنا نواثق ربنا يرشدنا إلى الناس المناسبين اللي يصلحوا لهذه الخدمة. أحلام كتيرة ونفسي حتى لو جزء منها يتحقق في القريب، وفي حاجات كتيرة في الحقيقة بفكر فيها. ليا فيجن كبيرة ولكن بقول له يا رب ساعدني ان بعض هذه الأحلام تتحقق. أنا بحب كل أولادي في الأبرشية، بحب كل أولادي الكهنة، ومش عايز أقول ولادي لكن بقول إخواتي الكهنة، بحبهم كلهم وبحب كل أولادي كبار وصغيرين في الأبرشية. نفسي كلنا نتعاون مع بعض عشان نبني بعض وتزيد الخدمة وتقوى الخدمة ببركة صلوات كل ست العذراء وصيامها المبارك، وصلوات كل أبائنا القديسين والشهداء، وبركة صلوات حضر الصاحب وغيبة قداسة البابا الحبيب البابا تواضروس الثاني. ربنا يديله قوة ويديله الصحة. مجهود كبير عليه لكن احنا واثقين ان ربنا هيديله نعمة ان يحقق ويسلم على كل واحد زي ما هو طلب. هو بيحبكم جدا جدا وموصيني عليكم جدا. ربنا يديني ان اكون على حسن ظنه وحسن ظنكم، وإلى المجد ابن ابدين.
Then, a miracle happens. The Holy Spirit, through the hands of a blindfolded altar boy, drew out the name of Tواضروس to become the 118th Pope of the Coptic Orthodox Church, and the Patriarch of the See of St. Mark.
كل واحد دلوقتي في مكانه يصلي يرفع قلبه لربنا ويقول له يا رب انت اللي تختار الراعي الصالح. الأنبا تواضروس. نهنئكم بقداسة البابا الأنبا تواضروس الثاني. ملك الرب واتشح بالبهاء، لبس الخضرة وتجمل بها. الآن وكل أوان وإلى ظهر الدين.
Shortly after his ordination, Pope Tواضروس wasted no time getting into action. He paid a visit to the newly elected Pope Francis of the Roman Catholic Church in the Vatican. It surely seemed like a part of a bigger divine plan. Two extraordinary and humble monks, to sit on the helm of two of the oldest churches, merely few months apart. They immediately started a new line of communications, with the same ultimate objective on their minds: to bring as many people to God as they possibly can. On the domestic front, Pope Tواضروس worked closely with the newly elected Egyptian government, with the aim of building a new prosperous Egypt. Also, Pope Tواضروس started applying some significant positive changes based on his new vision. He restructured some church institutions, ordained a number of new bishops and priests to better serve the congregation, appointed servants in new roles, and created new processes to better manage various church matters. In 2014, Pope Tواضروس and the bishops of the Holy Synod gathered in the monastery of Saint Bishoy to make the Holy Myron, the oil they always used to anoint Christian believers since the 1st century. In September 2014, Pope Tواضروس began a month-long visit to Canada. His first trip to Canada included many spiritual meetings with the Coptic congregation, the consecration of new Coptic churches and altars, visits to other parishes across Canada, meetings with religious leaders, and the delivery of a lecture at Queen's University in Canada.
Our next honored speaker really does not need any introduction. I would like to give a warm round of applause to our beloved Hegumen, Father Angelus, to say a few words.
Your Holiness, our fathers, the bishops, and honored guests, it is an honor to stand here tonight and celebrate the first historical visit of His Holiness to our great city of Mississauga. Truly, we the people of Mississauga can say, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." My heart is leaping for joy, and I feel like doing what David did in front of the Ark of Covenant, but I am not sure if I can do the same thing as David or not. Although this is Your Holiness' first visit to Mississauga, the relationship with us here started before I left for Egypt to attend the altar lot for the choosing of Your Holiness as a Pope. I don't know why, but I called the servant who is in charge of the audio store in the church and asked him to get me all the CDs of sermons that he has for Bishop Tavares at that time. He told me that he only has 27 of them and brought them to me. Today, Your Holiness, we have hundreds of CDs for your sermons. I felt as if God was introducing a new Pope to me through Your Holiness' wonderful sermons. When I met you for the first time in Egypt, I felt your fatherly love, and it felt as if I have known Your Holiness for many years. In the past years, we watched and prayed for Your Holiness in your courageous stand in our beloved Egypt, and we were proud that you are leading our church in this time of powerful change in our beloved homeland in Egypt. During the papacy of His Holiness Pope Shenouda, I felt that God has given me a real father in place of my biological father, who had passed away when I was 6 years old. When His Holiness passed away, I waited to see who God will choose to become my own Baba again. Many things were going on before the day God chose Your Holiness. We prayed and fasted and waited to see God's will for His church. I remember that the Thani told me once when we were discussing this matter and praying about it, that God will choose someone according to His heart that nobody expects, and surely God did. Sayyidina, you are truly the Father of fathers, and a true school for anybody who wants to learn how to be a true servant. In fact, one of the things I have learned from Your Holiness in the past few days is the life of prayer. Although this has been a trip of no R, no S, no F. I don't know if you know what this means. no rest. What else? No sleep, no food. Your Holiness, no mercy, as Sayyidina Abu Ma'ar said. Your Holiness have woken up as early as 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. with a big smile to travel to different churches, to consecrate their altars and to pray masses in many of them. Not only that, but in every church, Your Holiness took the time to teach the congregation in attendance through your words of wisdom. Your care for everyone has also been very clear to us. During the time of papal elections, when everybody was busy with everything about the next pope, our next pope was in Alexandria celebrating the new school year with children who have lost their father. So you can see how His Holiness is taking care of everyone. Also, the talent of teaching is also something that has become very clear to all of us. And we can see in his teachings the simplicity and depth in his sermons. When Your Holiness spoke to the youth last week, the entire ride home in the servants' thunderstorm, they kept on repeating what they have to do every day, every week, every month. Just like you, our Baba, we here in Bemeisaga try our best with the help of God to serve Him tirelessly. You see, Sayyidina, in 1989 I had taken permission from our beloved the late Pope Shenouda to return to Egypt, and I was getting ready to do so. God has a different plan. His Holiness Pope Shenouda asked me to come to Bemeisaga for 3 months, transit to serve in the Church of the Virgin Mary and Saint Athanasius. Little did I know at that time that the transit would last for 25 years. I did not understand God's plan at that time and why He brought me to serve the 200 families who were in the church. But as time went on, God led us to feel that we can serve Him anywhere where there is an altar for the Lord. God also sent us here in Bemeisaga people like Mayor Hazel McCallion, our beloved mayor, who has always supported the Coptic Church. As she said to Your Holiness on Wednesday's night that she considered the church here in Bemeisaga as a landmark of the city. I remember one night we had a meeting in the city to get the neighbors to approve some of the expansion that we were about to build. I was surprised to see our beloved Mayor McCallion there, and she stood up and told the councillors and the people attending this meeting, I will not allow anybody do anything to hinder the Coptic Church in Bemeisaga from growing, because it is one of the city landmarks.
One of the most great coincidence that our beloved mayor served for 12 consecutive terms of 33 years. And I was ordained for 36 years. So we was working together from the day that she was elected as a mayor and I was ordained as a priest. Tonight we are celebrating the visit of Your Holiness to our great city and would like to tell you a few things. We, the Canadian Copts of Bemyssissaga, are blessed to have the opportunity to serve God and all His children in Canada and anywhere God leads us to serve Him. Second, we are proud of God's work in our lives. Third, we are asking for Your Holiness prayers so that God would continue to use us to bring glory to His holy name as we serve Him here in Canada under the leadership of our beloved Bishop Mina, that we consider him as a great blessing for our city and our church. الحقيقة سيدنا من الحاجات اللي أنا اختبرتها مع غبطتك ازاي روح الله بيرشدك في كل صغيرة وكبيرة. لما تقابلت مع سيدنا علشان اختيار أب أسقف لينا واستقرت الأمور على كل حاجة وكنت قدمت لسيدنا تصور للأبروشيات بتاعة كندا وقعد سيدنا يفكر يسمي الأبروشية ايه وفجأة لقيت سيدنا قال لي احنا نسميها أبروشية ميسيساجا وفانكوفر وغرب كندا. وحسيت ان ازاي روح الله بيرشد سيدنا عشان لما يجي يختار اسم الأبروشية يختارها بأسماء سيتيز واسم عام بحيث انها في الاخر تبقى واضحة انها أبروشية خاصة بالسيتيز ديت لغاية سيتي أو فانكوفر وكل اللي في النص. والحقيقة ده كان تحقيق للنبوة اللي كان البابا شنودة دايما يتكلم عنها ويقول أنا مش عارف أبروشية ميسيساجا هنعمل فيها إيه. فتحققت النبوة على دين سيدنا البابا وربنا اختار حتى الاسم على لسان سيدنا البابا. وقال أكتر من كده، قال أنا هنكتب ملحوظة على الفايل بتاع كندا إن لما نيجي نعمل أبروشيات تانية نسميها بأسامي سيتيز علشان أسمينا أول أبروشية بأسامي مدن فيبقى الأبروشية اللي بعديها أو الأبروشيات اللي بعد كده تتسمى بأسامي مدن كمان. فقد إيه سيدنا بيدقق في كل شيء وبيعمل كل شيء فعلا بتدقيق. سيدنا الحقيقة ربنا بيديله إرشاد في كل صغيرة وكبيرة وبنحس ان كل حاجة بتتعمل بإرشاد من روح الله. أنا عايز أقول لكم عن حاجة حصلت النهاردة. لما كنا تقابلنا مع سيدنا في الأيام اللي فاتت اتكلمنا عن تدشين المذبحين اللي في الكنيسة. اتفقنا على إن واحد على اسم البابا كيرلس السادس والتاني يتسمى باسم القديس موسى الأسود. وبعد كده اقترحنا أو جت اسم يضاف للاسم ده هو القديسة مونيكا. وبعدين النهاردة أول ما دخلنا للتدشين لقيت سيدنا بيقول دي اسمها البارة مونيكا، دي مش قديسة، ما نقدرش نسمي اسم مذبح عليها. فقلت له غبطتك كنت اقترحت قبل كده مريم المصرية أو كنموذج من نماذج التوبة. فقال لا، احنا نسميه مذبح القديس موسى الأسود والقديسة فيرينا. فاستغربت جدا وقلت يعني زي ما انت تشوف يا سيدنا. وفعلا التدشين خلص وكل حاجة، وجا السنكسار علشان يطلع النهاردة عيد القديسة فيرينا، ويبقى روح الله اللي بيرشد سيدنا في كل صغيرة وكبيرة بتعمل في حتى في اختيار اسم المذبح اللي سيدنا بيدشنه. يا سيدنا انا عايز نقول لغبطتك ان احنا فعلا بنشوف فيك المسيح، بنشوف فيك الراعي الصالح، بنشوف فيك ازاي روح الله بيشتغل بيك وفيك ومعاك. واحنا زي ما علمتنا الكنيسة ان احنا بنصلي من اجل رئيس كهنتنا في كل فرصة وفي كل مناسبة. احنا سيدنا اولادك وبنطلب صلواتك وبركتك من اجلنا، وربنا يديم حياتك. واحنا متمسكين بالاتفاق اللي عملناه الصبح ان ربطتك هتزورنا على الاقل مرتين كل سنة. ربنا يخليك لنا سيد.
If you look up the word music in the dictionary, you'll find it says any sweet, pleasing, or harmonious sound. We are really blessed in our church that music permeates everything in our church. We are also so blessed to have such talented and gifted people in music in our congregation. It is my pleasure to introduce to you this evening for the first time فرقة اسمها Light of the World. George Athanasios and Irene Murad Mikhail are the singers. Trevina Rizkala on violin, and Tamer Henna musical orchestration.
فتشت ظهرا بعدما ذقت العذاب وشربت الكأس مرا وآملت للشر فكري وكنت في الشر أسرا وآملت للشر عقلي فوقعت في الشر أسرا قلت كلا للخطيئة لن أكون للشيطان عبدا قلت كلا للخطيئة لا لن أكون للشيطان عبدا
فافتح الباب إلهي واقتحم حصن القلوب فافتح الباب إلهي واقتحم حصن القلوب يا بنية القلب
أنت رب الشعوب يا بنية القلب أنت رب الشعوب أنت رب الشعوب افرحي يا كنيسة وهللي سيدنا معانا رنمي افرحي يا كنيسة وهللي سيدنا معانا رنمي ده حبيبنا وحبيب يسوع قداسة البابا تواضروس احفظه يا ربي عالدوام يرعى شعبك في سلام يبذل نفسه باتضاع ورا خروفه مهما ضاع عينه تسهر لما ننام ويصلي عنا بالصيام احفظه يا ربي عالدوام يرعى شعبك في سلام
يخدم ربه بنظام وهدوء شمعة تنور لما تدوب يصلي لشعبه ويقوي الروح
till you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand a mountain. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand a mountain. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I'm on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Please join me in giving a very, very, very warm welcome and thanks to our beloved Father, His Holiness Pope Tواضروس II,
In the name of the Father, of Son, of Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. I would like to express my thankful for your coming and for your warm welcome. And also I am happy during my first visit to Canada, these beautiful countries. And also I enjoyed by the visit of city of Bemyssissaga and the diocese of Bemyssissaga and Vancouver and Western Canada. I am coming from Egypt, the blessed Egypt, the land who are blessed by the Holy Family. This is a special gift and a precious gift from our Lord Jesus Christ to Egypt. Therefore, Egypt is considered as a special country. And all the Egyptians carry long history. Therefore, one of the most famous professors in geography in Egypt said that Egypt is very wonderful country. Why? Because this country coming from the marriage of history with geography. When history married with the geography, they give us Egypt. I would like to thank all the speakers for their warm words towards us. And also I would like to thank the video show which we see, very nice, and the story, long journey of the hand of God which work in our life. The hand of God planned our life every day. Therefore, when we stand before God, we thank Him so much for everything, for many gifts, for many blessings give to us. I consider my visit to Canada and meet with all of you as a special gift from God to me. Egypt now is starting a new era. It's starting with the new constitution, with the new president, and through a few weeks with the new parliament. There is a good president and a good government, and start to improve the life of all Egyptians, Muslims and Christians in Egypt. And I invite you to visit Egypt and also to pray for Egypt and for all countries of Middle East, to keep these countries in the peace, in the love, and also in the joy. I would like to repeat my thanks to all of you and ask you to pray for me every day, and thank you.
Thank you, Sayed. We're going to call the names of some dignitaries that didn't get the opportunity to receive a gift from His Holiness in the prior events that we've had in Toronto and Mississauga. So I will call them by name to come and receive your gift from His Holiness. Mayor Hazel McCallan. That's an easy one. Mayor Susan Fennell. Dr. Willard Metzer. Councillor John Hutton. Judge Harry Delaware. And Dr. Phil Zilla. Now, after His Holiness gives the gifts, His Holiness is going to be saying hello to everyone here in the center. So we will have the security to be making 2 lines to take the blessings of His Holiness here, and then you'll be exiting out the back doors receiving a gift before you leave.
بسم الله والابن والروح القدس الإله الواحد آمين. اللهم اجعلنا مستحقين أن نقول بشكر يا أبانا الذي في السماوات. امضوا بسلام، سلام الرب يكون مع جميعكم.